The Oscars were just a few weeks ago, and I'm sure most of you, like everyone around the world, were probably glued to the TV. Half glued, maybe fully glued. Some people have love-hate with Oscars. It's always a spectacle, right? All the Hollywood elite, everyone gathered in one room, the best pictures of the year, the best song from the movies, blah, blah, blah. It's all about the dresses, the gowns, the hair, the jewelry, who's with who's going to say what. But my favorite part of the Oscars, obviously, is when the singers sing the songs. So this year, we had Lady Gaga, which I did a video on. Check that one out. Bette Midler, one of my favorite singers, came out with such a great performance from Mary Poppins. And then there was Jennifer Hudson, another one of my favorite singers. And I think the question is, after watching this, can Jennifer Hudson still sing? Has she lost her voice? There was a lot of debate after that performance. You can Google that too, and you'll see everything from Variety magazine to a lot of pundits making comments. Was this her Mariah Carey moment? Has she lost it? Is it done? You know, Jennifer Hudson came to fame from the Oscars, really, because she was in America's Got Idol. Most people think she won that. That's not true. She was in the top 8, but she really started to get some momentum. And she was cast for Dreamgirls, sang that song. Her voice can be crazy over the top, full of emotion, power, range, blah, blah. But was this Oscars the end of it? You don't know what I'm talking about? I'm going to show you. Here's a little clip. Just listen in. Doesn't take a fine-tuned ear. You'll see what I'm talking about. Now, the money note. Wow. That's not the Jennifer Hudson I know and that I've fallen in love with. But with that said, she's Jennifer Hudson. You know, can she still sing? Absolutely. Did she kill that performance? Actually, yes. And I'll be honest with you, we don't know exactly for sure what's happened. I've tried to research a little bit, and I could not find an interview that she had given to what might have been the cause. There is reference to maybe her in-ear monitors were not functioning properly, which is very possible. It's the Oscars. It's like singing at the Super Bowl. You have hundreds of millions, if not over 1 billion people watching you. You're also at one of the most coveted events of the year, and you've been asked to sing. Would you be nervous? I probably would. She had the nerve to get up there. She's done it before. She definitely knows how to sing. One thing I love about Jennifer Hudson is she can let that emotion just explode. So much so that sometimes she can probably oversing. That's probably her Achilles heel, if you will, is over-singing at times. But do I care? Not usually, because I feel everything she does. And that cannot be disputed. Pitch, yeah, we want it to be right most of the time, but it can be off. We're all going to be pitchy. If not, you're actually sitting there saying, I want a perfect singer. I'm going to be the perfect singer. Well, you go try to do that. It's not going to happen. What I want are people who strive for perfection, but have a lot of grace and a lot of real humanity to who they are, and realize you're going to hit some bad notes. I've hit bad notes. Some of you comment when I hit bad notes. Had someone the other day comment on something. They're like, oh, you didn't sound so good there. Okay, it happens. I pointed out if you want, it's not going to bother me. It may strive to even actually make me better, because I just want to be real. I want to be real with you guys. Jennifer Hudson is being real in that moment. And so the critics of that actually commented on that too. It wasn't a complete lambasting of her performance and her vocal. It was more of like, wow, this isn't characteristic of her. what happened? Could it be A, B, or C that was at issue here? And even though that happened, she gave us a moment. It was a big song written by Diane Warren for the Ruth Bader Ginsburg movie, the documentary. And that's a moment. The set, her dress, and she gave everything she had. So, a little pitchy, we can accept that. And she'll go on. And I remember a few years ago when Idina Menzel sang at Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve. She sang Let It Go from the movie Frozen, and she's been known to not always hit that note on the top. It is a high note. There are few people in the world that can hit it, and hitting it consistently is like asking to jump to the moon almost, right? Again, I'm not giving excuses, and I'm not saying don't strive to be your best. What I am saying is things happen. Everyone has an off night. And we as listeners, especially fans, need to be willing to give those listeners that we love a little dose of grace and a free pass when we have an off night. And hopefully all those singers that we love can walk in a little bit of humility and accept the fact that those things happen too and prove that to us. But when Idina Menzel had this moment, she was getting butchered by the press. And the internet trolls were going nuts on her. And so she had one of the greatest comments. And I think it applies here. That's why I wanted to read it for you. I think it applies in this moment that, Jennifer Hudson, being the amazing singer she is, who had an off night at one of the biggest events in the world, that's unfortunate. I'm sure she's probably beat herself up enough about it. But, this little quote from Idina Menzel says it all to me. This was, again, after her Rockin' New Year's Eve performance. She said this about performing specifically in the Broadway, I think, where she said, there are about 3 million notes in a 2.5-hour musical. Being a perfectionist, it took me a long time to realize that if I'm hitting 75% of those notes, I'm succeeding. Performing isn't only about the acrobatics and the high notes. It's staying in the moment, connecting with the audience in an authentic way, and making yourself real to them through the music. I think that's everything. I think that's beautiful. If you're a singer, if you're an artist, if you're a performer, you need to live and die by this. You're not going to be perfect all the time. 75%, that's a pretty good quotient, right? Every football player, basketball player, they don't hit every shot, make every pass, but they try to connect as much as they can. And all the time, connecting with your audience in a real, honest, personal way will win. And that's the point of this little segment. So, can Jennifer Hudson still sing? Absolutely. Am I excited to see her next time around? You better believe it. So, you keep going, Jennifer. Don't let those people get in your head and make you think that you had a bad night. So you're a pro. I would love to meet you, by the way. Hey, Jennifer, call me. That'd be cool. Let's talk. Let's hang out. But I hope this has helped you guys to understand you don't have to be perfect. Just be real. Be honest. Strive for perfection in your art. And just let that good creativity flow. For now, I'm Jason Catron with the Vocal Lab Los Angeles. We'll see you guys soon.